All right, third time's the charm. I first one I got food. Like I tried recording, but I got food. This is my second time explain. This is my second time explaining it. So, first time I got food, and I thought it'd be a bit too crunchy. So then I stopped the recording, started again. Second time I got a text message, and I just needed to reply to it, and so I stopped recording, had a little conversation, and then came back. And this is the third time. So yeah, where was I? Oh God, I had Hungry Jacks. I don't know. Every time I order food, I regret it. As you get, oh, I'm trying to eat healthy. I'm trying. I'm clearly not trying hard enough. Let me take accountability there. I'm not trying hard enough. So yeah, that's that. What's new? What's new with me? I had my interviews. Had a few phone screenings, and I've got another interview on Monday. Watch out for that, guys. Got an interview on Monday. They said they'd get back to me all the time, so we'll see. There's tomorrow. It's Thursday tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna. What am I gonna do tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm gonna head into the city. I think grab some lunch, and then head back home, or maybe stay in the city for a bit, and then I'll go stay over someone's house for the night. What else? What else is new? Nothing much really. I'm trying to figure out what to do with my life. Oh no, I know what I want to do with my life, as discussed in the last video. Um, Today's topic is about how do I explain it? Maybe it should be an episode about self-love. What do I mean by that? Good question. Self-love can mean, I think, a lot of things. It could be self-preservation. It could be um, you can find a love in yourself through like love from others, and like how you treat other people that can make you realize the type of person you are in a way. And maybe like obviously there's a lot of validation and a lot of love that comes from other people that you base your like feelings for yourself on. Like a lot of people say I'm good at this, so like maybe I'm good at that. A lot of people say I'm kind, maybe I am a kind person. A lot of people say, I'm stubborn, maybe I am a stubborn person. And like a lot of there's a lot of self-defining in terms of like when it comes to loving yourself. Obviously everyone's different, circumstances are different, everything's different. So like you do have different upbringing, and you do have different things that cause you to feel different ways about yourself, and it's never linear. I love saying things like it's not linear, because it really, like, is it? It's hard. Like I don't think it's ever linear. Like um I know from personal experience, like, do I think I'm a good person? I think in my heart I am a good person, but I've done terrible things, you know what I mean? Like I've done horrible things to people that I care about. And like I do regret treating people the way I've treated people in the past. And like it still affects me, like it's very fresh, but like if I think about it almost every day, what I could do differently, and what I could like, if I could go back, what would I change? What wouldn't I change? Or like, and this is not just for relationships, this is just for like friendships as well. And, you know, um, like family, friends, and, whatever else. It's just, you can look back all you want, but you can't go back, I guess, is my saying. You can look back all you want, but you can't go back. Um, so then where do you go from there? Like, you can regret all the things you've done. You can wish to go back. You can wish that, you've said one thing different. You can wish that you changed, 100 things, but you can't go back. So the next step, I think, is figuring out what you want to be from now on. I know I had like a lot of issues with just, I think I said in the last video, where like just like little lies or even big lies, just like lying about small things, and kind of like being too scared to be honest with yourself and like be honest with other people. Because like at the end of the day, you like I totally get it now, where like I was always too scared to say, like, be 100% honest, because I didn't want to hurt someone's feelings. But like, especially for people you love and for people who love you, they'd rather you be honest than, and they'd rather you be honest and then be mad at you, rather than you lie and then they find out about it. And like like there's a whole lot of trust that goes into um or there's a whole lot of trust that gets stripped away and like broken, and it becomes very, very hard for the people who you do lie to, like especially yourself. Like I remember I got so caught up in like pretending to be someone I wasn't. Like I was just lying about myself, like small things or big things. And I won't go into detail about it, but just think generally. Like I I put on this persona of what I wanted people to think I was, or who I was. And it boiled down to insecurity, I guess. Like I was a very, like, I think I still am, like a very out there, very outspoken, very extroverted kind of person, but like very insecure. Like I was too scared to look bad in front of anyone. I was too scared to, you know, kind of, what's the word? Like I wanted to save face all the time, and I didn't care what the cost of that was. And um, some TMI, like it came at the cost of my last relationship, where I just like I couldn't handle being so insecure, and I just projected it a lot at my ex girlfriend. But um, like once you come to realize that like lying is, I don't know, it sounds it sounds like very simple. It sounds like common sense, but I promise you, like you when like if you're one of those people, or you know one of those people who like they just can't be honest with themselves, and like like this all sounds like, oh, just tell the truth, like whatever. It's like, yes, it is simple, but it's not. Like to people who do that stuff, like their brains are so convoluted, they're so like they feel so small, and they feel just so like not worth it if they are honest with themselves, and if they are honest with other people. And like I wouldn't say it's imposter syndrome or anything. I'd say it's just like, I don't know, you just need to grow up. Like I don't think I I don't think I grew up from like when I was 22 to when I was um 20, maybe 21, maybe 21 to 23. I didn't grow up at all, because I was in a relationship that entire time. And this poor girl dealt with it for 3 years. I do still apologize and stuff about it, but um after that, like after the relationship ended and we went our separate ways, like I started to, like I don't know, something switched for me. And like, it doesn't make any sense to change after not changing for 3 years, especially with like someone you love and all that kind of stuff. But um yeah, but like moral of the story is like, people who are in that mindset where like all they do is deny, all they do is lie, all they do is like can't be honest with themselves, and aren't secure with themselves, they will never see it your way. They will never understand like how, like the actual impact of whatever it is until it happens, myself included. And um yeah, once you realize like how many people you hurt and how you hurt them, after after your bridges are burned, people who you thought were there for you that aren't actually there for you, like you just get so caught up in like just layers and layers and layers of just bullshit that you forget who you are, and you forget how you should be treating people. I do think I've gotten a lot better at it recently. Like, I think work was a big factor for me. I hated, I love working. Like, I don't know, like, I love being busy. I love preoccupying myself. I don't like sitting still. I don't like, I'm like, oh, give me something to do, give me something to do. I love a good yap. Oh my God. Gi- Give me a, give me a wall. I will talk to a wall. You know what I mean? I love a good conversation about anything. Talk to me about anything. Honestly, there's not a subject in the entire world that I will not have a conversation about. Genuinely, not a single topic I won't talk about. Um, but yeah, like work got the best of me, and I didn't realize it. I did not realize it. I lost. I just, oh my God, you don't even realize it. Like, the time went by so fast, and my brain was just cooked by the end of it, and I didn't even realize. And I think like work as well can be a big indicator of how how you treat yourself, how you treat others and stuff. Like, yeah. Topic of the day, self-love, and where can you go with it? Or maybe self-love and how you should be loving yourself. Because um, I think we should all love ourselves enough to do things for ourselves that will do good for other people. Quote that. That's a really good one, actually. Do something for yourself that will do good for other people, regardless. Like, treat yourself. You're your own person. You're the only one that will always be there for you. What can I say? Like, you have your family, you have your friends, you have your ride or dies, you have your day ones. But when it comes to just, whatever's up here, you're the only person in there. Unless you have like schizophrenia. Oh God. Whew. Sorry guys. But yeah, I think what you need to do is um just love yourself. I know it's a bit like, for anyone who knows me, it's a bit rich coming from me. Um, like, I do love myself, but I still put others before me, if that makes sense. I will put others before me. And I had this, I'd like to say I don't have any more. Um, but so, like, obviously it's too soon to tell. Like, just being fully transparent, like, I think, like, when I knew someone would always be there for me, like thick and thin, like, does not matter, like, whatever, I will push their needs aside. I'm like, you know what, you're gonna be there no matter what I do, whatever. I'll push their needs aside. I'll be selfish, I'll do things to hurt this person. I'm like, like, obviously I don't like, I don't think I thought of it like as black and white as that, but my actions proved otherwise. And like, the disregard of, of them, like, disregarding the thought of them and not thinking of like that person or whatever, like, and putting myself first and others first before this person, like, then you are actively, like, you are choosing to hurt them in that way, and you are choosing to withdraw your love from that person. But yeah, I think it just I think it comes down to maturity, especially emotional maturity. My emotional maturity was god awful. I could not read. I could not read the room. I could not read it if it was plastered on the walls, or like whatever. Like, could not read the room. Now I think I'm getting better. I definitely do think I'm getting better. I feel like I'm getting a lot calmer. I thought I thought I was a very calm person. I thought I was a very calm person, and I thought that, I was very laid back. I was very relaxed, which for the most part I think I am. But I think I'm just a bit psycho sometimes. Oh, I'm a bit psycho, and it's okay. A little bit of crazy is okay. Tough crowd. All right. tough crowd indeed. Um, but yeah, that's a little bit about self-love and how it affects others. Like, it's tough. It's tough. I know some people who struggle with self-love aside from myself. I'm trying to love myself and forgive myself for the things I've done. I think everyone should try to forgive themselves for things they've done because it's happened. The best you can do is be better from now on and make sure you don't make the same mistakes twice. If you've really learned from it, you will never repeat the same mistakes. You just won't. Um, and obviously, if you haven't learned from it, you will continue to repeat your same behaviors, same patterns, same habits until you learn otherwise. And no one can teach you that besides yourself. So, yeah. What was I saying? Self-love? Yeah. No, I know some people who struggle with self-love, based on, like, not just like doubts within themselves, but like things that people have said to them, you know. Um, and that's the worst. Like, I've said some stuff that have, like, stayed with someone. Someone said some stuff to me that stayed with me, and I think what I used to believe, this is what I used to believe. I used to say all the time that when someone's angry, when someone's angry, they will say how they really feel. I used to think that, like, if someone's angry, it means they've been wanting to say that, or like they've been holding it back, but now that they're angry, they're just going to say it because they don't care if they hurt your feelings. I don't think that's true anymore. I think sometimes people say things when they're angry because they're hurt and they want to hurt the person as well. Whatever they say, I don't think is true. I just don't think it's true. Like, it's hard. Like, if you like like obviously, like, you've seen people, maybe you've been someone, or I've been someone who, like, I've said something out of pure anger, and the second it left my mouth, I felt guilty. Like, I felt guilty, but I was so worked up, and I had so much pride and ego that, like, I stood there. I stood on. I Is it not clocking to you that I'm standing on business? That was me. But like, deep down, like, you would hate yourself. Like, if you said that normally, you would hate yourself. And like, some people do. Like, I said this one thing to my mom, like, years and years and years ago. Mom was struggling with a divorce with dad, and this was when I was young. So, like, I did care, but I didn't at the same time. Like, the actual impact of a divorce, like, and the actual, like, repercussions, especially if you've got 4 kids. Like, my mom had 4 kids when she was going through a divorce, and you don't like, as a kid, you don't really realize, like, the actual implication of it. Like, this was a woman who was struggling to take care of 3 or 4 kids on her own. Like, this was with her husband, who, like, can you imagine, like, you're already with someone, you think they're going to be the love of your life, you're going to live long, have kids, get married, like, the whole thing, have a house, like, the ideal dream, you know what I mean? Like, you're happy, and like 20 years later, it all just comes crashing to an end. Like, if you think it's bad enough with your partner as it is, like, if you like break up or like whatever, like, imagine you give your whole life to this person, and they turn around and they fuck you over, and like looking back at it, like, I never realized how severe it was. Like, my mom gave her entire life for someone, you know what I mean? Like, obviously my dad gave his entire life too, but he was the one that fucked it up. And it all just came crashing down. Like, think about that. It's 20 to 30 years of your life. I'm not even 30. I'm not even 25 yet. Ooh, sooner. But like, it's tough. it is tough. And I said one thing to her, and I was like, I can't remember what we were arguing about. I really can't. But she said, I think she was saying, "Oh, do you think you're smart? Do you think you're so smart?" And like, I was being a little cunt, like I was being a little asshole, to be honest. And I said, "Well, if you've got the answers, why aren't we rich? Why aren't we happy? If you've got all the answers in the world, why aren't we successful?" The fucking gall on this kid. Is he fucking serious? If I saw him today, I would fuck him up. If I saw the person I was 2 months ago, I would fuck him up. Like, it's not wrong to be ashamed of your past. Be ashamed if that will be your future. Right. Write it down, guys. Write it down. Because, like, come on, like, what a fucking disrespectful thing to say to a lady who's raising 4 kids, who's raising 4 kids by herself, who was like, just going through it. And I'm sad. I've said so many terrible things. Oh my God. And I'm trying now, like, if I ever feel a certain way, like, obviously, like, I want to be as honest as possible now, and like, and all that, but I think you still need to watch what you say. I think the worst kind of people are the people who think that being blunt and honest is the same as like just being honest, because honesty does not come from, well, rudeness, sorry, should not come from honesty. And you should care about people's feelings. You honestly should. I learned the hard way. You never know what someone's going through, and like no one knows what you're going through. And I understand that, like, things are different, whatever. But just, just take a break. I think if we all just took a break and learn how to like love and be loved and love ourselves. Like, oh my God, I know so many people who struggle to be loved, and like they struggle to believe in love as well. But I think I've been trying to practice this in my head, that like there is love everywhere, regardless. Like, if you wanna marry someone, like that's a specific type of love. You have a specific type of love for your friends. You have a specific type of love for your family. You have a love for yourself. But like, there's love everywhere. Like your friend driving you to the mall, or like just driving you around. That's love. That's like your friend buying you food. That's love. Or like your family checking in on you. That's love. Like, or like it's just hanging out. Hanging out. There's love in that hangout. Like anytime you are happy or anytime you're sad, but it's like you're with someone, and um it doesn't matter what it is, like there's love there. Love is everywhere. And I've said this quote since the start: to love and be loved is the most beautiful thing in the world. I think it's from Mitski, but I can't tell if I'm making that up. um and I think it was Olivia Dean in one of her songs. She said, "Love shared is not love wasted." Um, yeah, it's not. It really isn't. Like, there's a lot of hurt that comes with like relationships, and a lot of hurt that comes with friendships. But like, I feel like I talked about this in the last one, but there's love there. There will always be love there. There was some type of love at one point somewhere in there, and like maybe things didn't go right. Maybe things are going great. Who knows? But there was love, and you will always learn from something like that. It might take a while. It sure took me a long time, but it will take a while. Um, you know what? I feel like half an hour isn't long enough for these things. I feel like I need to be talking for longer. But who's going to listen? Really? Like, okay, wait. New business idea just dropped. So PT, I wanted to do PT or like nutritionist, becoming like a diet. Nutritionist and dietitian, I think, is different things now that I think about it. Let me turn this around. Yeah, nutrition and dietitian, I think, are different things. Um, Embarrassing. I was talking about being a nutritionist and doing someone's diet in my last one, but maybe it's the same. Maybe I should research and just Google search it. Um, I just burped. What do you call it? That's my perspective on it all. Obviously, everyone's gone through different shit, and I'm not saying that it all fits into one category of self love, but it does branch off, and I guess this is my way of trying to love myself. I guess and forgive myself. I think having this conversation, even though it's with myself, the voices, tough crowd. um, um, yeah, I think this is my way of kind of being honest and getting out there, being open. It'll be nice if it kicks off, but yeah, I think. Oh my god, that scared me. I think authenticity is a real big thing. It really is. You just know when someone's genuinely and 100% authentically themselves. I know some people are good at pretending to be. I know, well, I wouldn't say I was good, but I thought I was good at pretending to be someone I wasn't. And I don't think you should have to be to get people to like you or to get people to stick around or whatever. Who loves you will stay. Who loves you will stay. People come and go, and that's natural. It's a part of life. If everyone's stuck in your life, you'd have probably 9,500 friends by now, or whatever. So, but I'm sure there's plenty of people that you're glad you haven't had stick around in your life, because it's part of it. Sometimes bad people stay, a lot of time bad people go. Sometimes, you know, good people go, which is very upsetting and very sad. And sometimes good people stay, but people who love you and people who you love, like authentically and truly love, will stay no matter what. It does not matter. It will not matter. Um, it won't matter how long you spend apart. It won't matter, what you say to each other, or if you get in a fight. People will have a place in your heart. I used to like to tell people that they've got a little piece of my heart. And they always will have a little piece of my heart, because people do. I think I think seeing the best in people is a great quality, and I will never regret loving someone, friend or more, like a relationship or whatever. I'll never regret loving anyone, because I don't know, that would just feel like such a waste to regret loving someone. It'd be such a waste to regret loving someone. Of course, you can regret hurting them, but why would you ever regret loving someone, or even just liking someone a lot? You know what I mean? Oh, come on, that's beautiful. That needs to be shared. That needs to be out there in space, baby. How you used to be able to what was it? There was a space thing where you could send off messages into space so that aliens can fucking, that's your love that deserves to be out there in the universe. And I feel like I'm sounding really hippie, but I promise you I'm not a hippie. I just think that, you know, there's a lot of hate in the world, and there's a lot of anger, and there's a lot of frustration, there's a lot of hurt, especially a lot of hurt. It would not kill to have a lot more love out there. It would be wonderful to have a lot more love out there. And you're only human. I'm only human. I mess up. I do mess up a lot. Probably a lot more than the average person. But I've got good people around me now. I'm surrounded by absolutely lovely people, and I'm healing through these people. Oh my god. I don't want to name names for privacy reasons, guys, but yeah, just wow, like the people I surrounded myself with months ago, or even like, years ago as well, like I was a different person back then, but things just feel different now. Like I've definitely lost a lot, but I've gained a lot as well, and it makes the biggest difference. Makes the biggest difference to realize that, and like although you might not have the same relationship with someone that you once had, you might not have the same connection, you might not share the same kind of like thoughts or ideas anymore. You grew apart, that's fine. That's 100% fine. That happens. It does happen, but like it's still beautiful to have that connection with someone, regardless of what that connection is. Like that person was a part of your life, you know what I mean? Or maybe they still are. My best friends have been in my life for 6 years or more. 6 years or more. I'm so happy. I'm actually so happy because like, you know what? I'm gonna out this bitch because I don't care if people know her name. V. Um, God, she's been with me through thick and thin, this girl. And yeah, we were talking about, talking about love and like how far we've come. Like not love between us, that's weird, guys. There's never been any of that. But like how far we've come in terms of our friendship. Like um we met on a God. Ooh, we met on Yubo. Oh, I don't know if anyone remembers what Yubo was, but it's like this thing that like fucking all the teenagers had back in the day, and there's like a light, like it's kind of like Tinder in a way, but it had like a little, it's like Tinder, but then there was like a little section where you click on it and then like people could go live and you would just join people's live. And I don't remember how we met, but we met on there, and it was very platonic from the start. Um, but yeah, like at that time, I look, you could have paid me $1 million. I would have never believed that out of everyone, even my like high school friends, even like, you know, everyone else, like I would have never expected to have stayed, such good friends and whatever for such a long time with this girl. Like, oh, God bless her. God bless her. Like, she's helped me through it. You know what I mean? Like, and I never felt judged. I never once felt judged. And I hope she never felt judged with me as well. Like, we're still great friends to this day. We don't talk as much because we're busy. We're busy adults, you know what I mean? But, like, God, it's just amazing to have that in my life. And, like, anything I could ever want to talk about, anything that I thought I'd be embarrassed to talk about, I tell her, I'll be like, hey, listen, bitch, this is what's going on. And then she'll throw me back something worse. I'll be like, oh, like how the fuck did you do that? And it's just great. It's honestly great. But yeah, like having these kinds of people in your life is like great. You learn to love different. You learn to be different. You learn to. Cat Williams once said that the worst advice he ever got was never change. You should always be changing. It's, oh my God, it is amazing how much you change depending on the people you're with. The things you watch, the people you're with, what you see, what you hear, what you say, like it all comes into like reality, and you start to become a better person if you hang around better people. You become a worse person if you hang around just absolute nightmares of people. And like I'm not putting anyone down or anything, but a lot of people, they have their own problems, they have their own issues, and it's hard for them. Like once you understand that, like, oh, why is this person like that? Why is this person doing this thing? Like blah blah blah. Like you never know. Like they have their own internal battles, and I'm trying to convince myself of this a lot more. Where I still go, this guy can't be serious. Like what's he talking about? Blah 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 blah. But then I've taken a step back. I'm like, maybe something happened with him in the past, or maybe he's scared and insecure about this thing, or like just whatever. And um, like sometimes it's bad to be too considerate because you let people get away with things that they shouldn't be getting away with. Um, but you just need to learn to draw the line as well for yourself and your own self-respect, because there's a lot of boundaries that you shouldn't let be crossed. I know I crossed a lot of boundaries in my previous relationship, but or no, but like I did. But what I'm saying is like you just can't let it happen to you, because then you lose that like sort of self-respect. You lose that like love for yourself, and you think you deserve it, which no one deserves anything to hurt them. Like I wouldn't say hurt is bad, but like sometimes it's good, and it's very dependent on what kind of the hurt is. I'm not saying all hurt is the same, and I'm not trying to justify anything of it, but I'm just saying like you learn a lot, and you learn what kind of people you are surrounding yourself with, and you learn what you should not compromise on. And there are things that shouldn't even happen one time, and I'm sorry if there are I'm sorry that things have happened before that shouldn't have happened one time. No one deserves it. But yeah, I just feel like maybe we could all learn to love ourselves a little more, and to love each other a lot more. To love each other a lot more, and to be honest with each other, and to just, I don't know, I think living a life you think you deserve is the best thing you can do. I am currently not living a life I think I deserve. I'm currently living a life I think I deserve. Like it's all my bad karma. My bad karma came up to catch me, and I cried about it, and I was upset about it. But then I was like, look, the way I was moving, yeah, deserved. So yeah, that's my story. Um, God, yapper here. 37 minutes of me just talking about that. Oh God, I hope that helps someone. Good Lord, it'll be a big waste if no one sees this. I had one view. I had one view on my last video. Guys, I'm forgetting all my day ones, I'm letting money change me. But yeah, I had one view, and I think it was from me watching my own video. I don't know if that's so like egotistical, but I was watching my own video to just see what I was talking about, and I was like, yeah, he makes some good points. He makes some great points. I was like, fuck, Jesus Christ, get me out of here. And I was like, oh, get me out of here. But yeah, yeah. I'm actually really enjoying this. I was meant to record yesterday, but I was busy yesterday, getting my head popped. I've got like something at the back of my head, so it's a bit gunky, and I didn't know what it was like a lump on the back of my head for like years and years and years, and I thought it was an ingrown, and then like picked at it and picked at it, and then it just turned all scabby and pussy, and it was just full of gunk. And yeah, now it's like all scabby and pussy and full of gunk still, and maybe perhaps worse. So we'll see where that takes me within the next few days. If it doesn't get better, I'll probably go see a doctor. So wish me luck. Yeah. What else? What's going on in my life? Not much really. Not much at all. Um, I'm trying to be a lot more patient as well recently. I find that things that would get me upset recently have not been upsetting me as much. And I'm trying to be more open, like very open, like sometimes too open, some people might say, but and trying to be more understanding. That's what I'm trying to be. And I'm just going to keep telling myself that until like I 100% believe it. Like I'm going to keep telling myself that I'm trying until like I like actually believe it, because I do want to be that person. I do want to be that person who's like you can just go to them. Like I feel like people do go to me about stuff, and I feel like people do ask me for advice about things, but like I just want to be the person who like you're just like, oh, this guy will know, or like talk to him about it, like you'll feel much better. And that would mean a lot to me. I do love having a conversation. Any reason to have a conversation, right here, buddy. The only time I can't have a conversation is like if I'm like upset about something. Like I can, but then like I can't talk about anything else besides what I'm upset about. I'll just keep yapping on about like what I'm upset about, and then I'll be like, no, I don't want to talk about it anymore. But then I'll keep talking about it, and whichever poor soul is listening to me has to cop it for like 20 minutes. Ah, has to cop it for like 20 minutes. But yeah, I think that's about all for today's topic. Self-love. Self-love can take you far. Let me try that again. Self-love can take you wherever you need to go. And self-love makes the biggest difference, guys. It does. I've actually been having a lot of conversations about self-love lately, believe it or not, with myself, with friends, with um, the family, I guess. But yeah, self-love. Self-love, everyone. A little bit of self-love. Yeah, that's my story. And maybe I will, actually, I was going to do these like journal entry 1, journey entry 2, journal entry 3. But I think like having a proper title for these about like whatever the topic is a lot better, and will kind of like it'll make sense to me, like, oh, I've spoken about this before, which I'll probably speak about 100 more times, don't get me wrong, but maybe I can just like keep the topics a little bit more fresh, a little bit more like maybe next week I can talk about any updates in like the self-loving category or like whatever. So yeah, that's a 42-minute video. Can't wait for this to upload. It'll take like 3 hours. Anyways, see you later and good night. Beep.